grown-ass men. Mortgage paying, kid having men. At last. Someone I recognize. I know this man. I know this man. I don't care. We'll take what we can get. Will he pass the medical? It's a good question. It's a good question. It's a good question. But I'm not gonna lie. We'll take what we can get. We'll talk about that in a minute. Because I've been starving. That's why I'm happy, because I've been starving. Absolutely starving, guys. Starving. Oh my goodness. Wow, have we needed something. We'll get into the details, but it's just nice to know that somebody's coming in to help. Somebody's coming in to help my football club in whatever capacity. We have a new medical team. We must try. We must pray. We must trust. Somebody's coming in to help my football club. Oh my goodness gracious me. Someone who can finish. Someone who can shoot with both feet. Someone that can cross. Someone who doesn't frustrate in the final third. Somebody with IQ, with awareness. Oh man, guys. There are some concerns, but there are a lot of plus points. We need this, guys. Seriously. We really needed this. I was seeing links today to Coman. Who's really just as injury prone, if not more. And I mean, it's probably a competition between the two, but his output isn't like Neto's. So, oi boy. Let's go through the update. If you're just joining us and you've got absolutely no idea what is going on, I was cleaning the yard, guys. I was just hoovering, sweeping, mopping, everything. I said, yo, today I don't think there's going to be anything going on. Let me mentally prepare for the Community Shield, the very significant major trophy. Let me mentally prepare for that. Let me prepare for Inter Milan on Sunday. Let me make sure everything's ready for the watch-along. We are in good quality camera for this. We have just been about ready for this. Oh, it's a good day. The set is almost ready. It's almost there, as you can see. We are getting there. There's a few bits and bobs to be added to the background. Some iconic, beautiful pieces. That fridge needs filling. Some drink needs drinking, guys. Finally, after 8+ signings, I don't even know how many signings at this point have come through the door. Not many, if any. making serious, plays to disturb the first 11, the strongest 11. This one finally does. I don't want to see Mudryk or Sterling on that left wing again. Goodness gracious me, what did I witness in the last game? Despicable, disgusting shit in the final third from the both of them. I don't know who's being sold. First of all, I hold my hands up because I have no idea how we've managed to bring in a left winger without selling one. I always said there's no way that's happening. The only thing that is, I guess, going to definitely happen now is Angelo is 100% going out on loan. 100%. The Osimhen thing, I still don't believe. But it just means that probably Sterling is going to maybe the right wing option. I don't know. Maybe Sterling will become an option at right wing with Madueke. And now it'll be Mudryk versus Neto on the left-hand side. Or someone is getting sold. I'm not against it. As long as it's not Cole Palmer. It shouldn't be Madueke out of the remaining options. It should really be Sterling on his wages. But I'm not going to fight if it's Mudryk either. But, it probably won't be him. It probably won't be anyone. Maybe we're just going with a big squad. I don't know. But someone who can finish is in the forward line, guys. Someone who can finish. This is a big move today. This is a big day. Obviously, the medical needs to get done. So maybe we should hold our breath. Let's go through the comments. But, yeah, man. Big move. Big move, guys. Big move. We're going to go through the details of the deal in just a minute. Lord heavens, we've suffered on that left wing. We've all suffered. None of us deserve it. He can play left wing and he can play right wing. Let me let you know in the chat. He can play left wing. He can play right wing. He can use his left foot. He can use his right foot. He can shoot with both feet. He can cross with both feet. If you're talking about a winger that can play on both sides, that doesn't have a favoured side, that can twist and turn any which way he wants to, that is Neto. That is Neto, for sure. For sure. He might predominantly play on the right wing, but he can definitely play on the left. I've seen him do it. This is not going to be one of those signings where I say to you, I don't know too much about the player. We have to hope that the scouts have done their job. I haven't even watched 10 plus games of the player. I haven't even, this is a player that we all know. This is a player we know. And this is a very good player. The only worrying thing, 100%, is the injuries. And we're going to get to that. But right now, let's not kill the vibe. He's going from Wolves. He's going from Wolves to Chelsea. Yeah, let's just enjoy it. Let's just enjoy that. What a piece of breaking news, by the way, as well. Can you see what it's like to have the dopamine back, guys? Can you see what it's like to have the dopamine back when we haven't been given every single detail up until the day it happens? We just got the news out of nowhere. Like I said, I didn't expect it. I was cleaning. I was just mopping. I was just brushing up the place. And I was even late to the scene because you know me, if something like this happens and I'm available, I'm on it immediately. But I've only just found out because I just checked my phone. Thank God I did. God did. I checked my phone and I saw Ornstein, I saw Fabrizio, I saw all sorts of madness. I couldn't believe it. I don't know who broke it first. It looks like it's Ornstein. I'm going to read out his report now. If you're just joining us here on YouTube and you don't know what's going on, Ornstein, about literally to the hour ago, said, breaking, Chelsea reach an agreement with Wolverhampton Wanderers to sign Pedro Neto. Fee is 60 million euros plus 3 million euros add-ons. 24-year-old Portuguese international winger set to undergo a medical soon before completing transfer to Chelsea. Like I said, don't have a clue where that came from, but the fact that it just came out of nowhere, it feels so much better. Because it's taken everybody by shock. Nobody knows which way to look. No one knows where to turn. What is 60 million euros in pounds? I believe it's 51 million pounds. Let me know in the chat if I'm correct. Maybe I'm waffling. But I think it's 51 million pounds from what I remember. I think that's a good fee. I don't think it's, crazy considering what's being paid for Mudryk, what's being paid for Hairline, what's being paid for Anthony. If we're doing the comparison, of course. But it's still a decent amount, but I'm expecting him to have an instant impact. As long as he's fit and available, he's coming straight into our starting 11 and he's making an impact. He's played in the Prem. He understands the situation he's coming into. He knows the league. He's played in it for years and years. So we don't need to, I don't even think we even need to talk about acclimatizing and time and obviously the system and the instructions. And that goes for everyone in the whole squad as they're still learning quite clearly based upon pre-season and the goals going in against us. But in terms of the actual environment that he's coming into, is not anything that he should be confused about. Let's put it that way. Let's see what's being said in the comments. Oh my goodness, guys! My goodness, what a day! What a day! Finally, a grown ass adult. Let's do the age. Let's check the age. Let's check the age of this brother here. My goodness. Have they broken their rule? Please tell me they've broken their rule. He's 24. He's a little cheeky, man. He's 24. He's still young. That's good, though. I mean, that's good. That's good because he's already kind of proven to a degree, right? He's still obviously got gears to go. Let's say that. He's not world class or anything, but 24 years old, good age. Gonna be one of the most senior players in the team, so they're still abiding by their rule. But this is fine. This is not the extremism that I complain about. This is not the stockpiling of young talent that I complain about. You've now inflicted damage onto the left wing in terms of first team options. And I mean, to be honest, I actually said if there was any position where I didn't expect a first team option to come in, it was actually a left wing because we've already signed Sterling under Todd Bowie when he was sporting director, and we've signed Mudryk under these new directors. So we've actually already got seniority in this position. It's just not good quality. So I wasn't actually expecting us to sign a senior winger, to be honest. In terms of the wages, I'm assuming he's going to fit right in to the wage bracket coming from Wolves. I'm not sure what he was making. It's always difficult to get salaries, but it says on Google 50,000 a week. We could double it. And that sounds great to him, and it's still within our wage structure. So that's a great move from that point. I will take a look at, obviously, his stats from last season. I will bring up his injuries as well. I'm going to go through the chat in a minute. Last season, not great for him. 2 goals, 9 assists. Well, I mean, 9 assists is good. 9 assists is very good. But obviously, the 2 goals needs to be improved upon massively. But he can definitely finish, in my opinion, from what I've been watching from him. Fab tweet. I'm going to be going through the chat as well. He plays both wings, send Mudryk on loan. So we need to talk about the loan situation in a minute, but we are going to discuss. There's been some other news as well in terms of players going out on loan. Obviously, we know Alfie Gilchrist has gone to Sheffield United, I believe. Chelsea could still be active on offensive players market even after Neto and Samuel. Osimhen plans to leave, but no intention to reduce salary except straight loans. So this is the issue with Osimhen, right? Chelsea still keen only in case deal conditions Osimhen starts change, and Napoli insists for Lukaku. So I'll be honest, this situation is still a concern. I still don't think this is going to happen because something's got to give, as we keep saying. Osimhen's got to drop his wage demands, or Chelsea have got to break their wage structure. What's more likely, in my opinion? Neither. Neither. I don't see Osimhen dropping his wage demands, and I don't see Chelsea breaking their wage structure. And now that we've signed Samuel from Atletico Madrid, it's not like we need a striker. In my opinion, we don't actually need bodies up front. We need maybe quality because we don't know what Samuel can do at this level, but we don't need numbers. We've actually already got the numbers. We've got Jackson, we've got Samuel, we've got now Gu, who may not be staying. And there's about 3-4 other players as well behind that all need loans. Now, you know my thoughts on Osimhen, right? I personally am not convinced he's, top striker caliber in terms of his finishing. Great header of the ball, great outlet, great pressing, good movement. But his finishing, for me, is still not elite. But he does tick all those other boxes. I have always been afraid of the 100+ million price tag. I've never liked it. The wages, I mean, listen, I don't think we're going to pay him something that is going to be stupid like a 300k like a Sancho or Rashford anyway. So if this deal does get done, I might be skeptical about the individual, but at least it's probably not going to be on stupid money. And at least, I mean, the best thing about this is it gets Lukaku out the door. Anything that gets Lukaku out the door, I'm game. Anything. Last season, I was a little bit more picky with Vlahovic and whatnot. This season, I'm not picky. Get this man out of my club. Get him out of my club. Get him out of my club by any means necessary. I don't care how it happens. I don't care who you have to bribe, who you have to beg, who you have to borrow from, who you have to steal from. Get that man out of my club. Yeah? And as soon as he goes, then happy days. No matter which way and why is the reasoning for it. So yeah, we'll see how that materializes. I'm still not confident because those moving pieces. The only thing I could say on that one is that maybe as we get closer to the deadline, people start to panic. And when I say people, I more mean Osimhen, because Osimhen's the one that doesn't want to be at Napoli. Osimhen's the one that doesn't really have loads of options. Osimhen's the one that wants to move. Right, Chelsea want Osimhen, but Chelsea don't need Osimhen necessarily in terms of numbers. And I think if they believe in Samuel as much as they say they do, then they kind of need to give him minutes anyway. So we can have that conversation later about healthy competition and whether Samuel needs, whether he should even be getting Osimhen, because otherwise, are we even going to get to see Samuel and what's going to happen with him? We spent a decent amount of money. So maybe Osimhen will drop his wage demands, maybe. If he desperately wants to leave that badly, maybe he will drop his wage demands, but we'll have to see. The only other club I saw interested were PSG, and I haven't seen any movement on that. There seems to be a kind of pause on that situation. So we'll see. Neto, I mean, yeah, his injury record is not great. Be real. That's the big concern. But as with all the other injury-prone players we have in our squad, it's the medical team we have to hope for, isn't it? He had a hamstring injury last season, missed 12 games for club and country. He had another hamstring injury. So he had a hamstring. Let me just go from the get-go. Hamstring injury kept him out from October the 28th to December the 25th, missing 11 games for club and country. Obviously, there's an international duty call up in there somewhere in November. Hamstring injury from March the 10th to May the 16th last season as well, missing 12 games for club and country. Again, not called up for international maybe in that period, but they're going to put those games in there as if he was. The season before, ankle injury kept him out from October the 1st to February the 5th, 127 days, missing 27 matches. Then the last injury was a couple years before that, 2020 to 2021, knee injury, kept him out for 297 days from April the 12th, 2021 to February the 3rd, 2022. That was the big injury. That was the biggest injury of his career, and that's probably where the issues maybe started. He did have a couple of muscular calf injuries and knocks before that, but they weren't keeping him out for any more than a month at a time, most of them 20-ish days max. So the big issue came with his knee injury. We know all about knee injuries. I think Kurt Zouma had a knee injury, didn't he, before he went to West Ham. He's never really recovered from it. Hopefully, I mean, again, it is a massive concern. Don't get me wrong. It is a massive concern. I'm just really hoping. This is the only part of the deal that I have a big question over is his injury record. The rest of it I'm happy with, but we'll have to hope that the medical team can do something. It's a new medical team, so I guess we have to give them that. We have to give them a chance and see what they can do with Reece James, see what they can do with Carney Chukwuemeka, see what they can do with Nkuku, see what they can do with all of these players that have had problems over the last couple of years. And if they can fix those guys, then maybe they can fix this guy and maybe we can all ride off into the sunset and be happy. But yeah, it is a concern. Anybody who's concerned about it, completely understand. It's a big concern. Why am I gassed? Because I'm starving. I'll be honest. I'm absolutely starving. Usually a Pedro Neto is kind of like that's good for Chelsea. That's like a fair play. But right now, in the pits of hell, it's an absolute coup. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain one bit. I'm very happy. Very, very happy, I'll be honest. So yeah, it's circumstantial, but this is where we're at. You can play left and right. So let's go through some comments, what's people saying. Samuel in the Conference League. I mean, the thing is with me, right, is when we signed Samuel, the first thing I remembered is Maresca said that Jackson is not really seen as a left winger in his eyes. He sees Jackson as a striker. So if you see Jackson as a striker, you have Samuel as a striker. Nkuku and Palmer are going to have to play just off this striker. You don't have room to really play two strikers because none of them are playing left wing. And you've now just signed a left winger in Pedro Neto. It doesn't really make sense, in my opinion, to go and get an Osimhen because I don't see where the game time is going to be for everyone. Unless you're going to just sack off a Jackson or Samuel, which is crazy, right? So I'm not even talking about Gu anymore. You can just forget about love and guidance, but you can almost forget about Gu if we're talking about Osimhen, because Gu is just going to have to go straight out on loan. And I would actually like to see Gu in cup games and Conference League. But hey, like I said, we'll see what happens. Sterling Sale, what does this mean? So let's talk about what this means for the players already here. So, like I said, I think Angelo's definitely going to be leaving. I think he's going to be going out on loan. There's only one international loan spot left as far as I'm aware, guys. Only one international spot loan left. That doesn't mean there's only one loan spot left. There's just only one international loan spot, one abroad loan spot, which is a new rule by FIFA a couple of years ago. They had it at 7 last year. I think it was 8 the year before, and now it's down to 6, and it will stay at 6 for the remainder of the upcoming seasons. So I'm pretty sure we've already sent out 5. I am going to double check, but I think we've only got 1 spot left. Let's go through the incomings and outgoings. Dewsbury Hall's come in for 35 million euros. This is according to Transfer Market. Jorgensen's come in from Villarreal, 24.5 million euros. Kellyman's come in for 22.5 million euros. Not sure what's going to happen with him. I think he's 18 years old, isn't he? And he's been training with the under-21s. He might not even go out on loan. I have no idea what's going on there. That was all PSR. Obviously, we signed Aaron from Boca Juniors. He's gone back out on loan, 19 years old, 16.5 million euros. He's going to come back at the same time as Esteval and Kendry Pires next summer. Renato Vega is here, 20 years old, Basel, 14 million euros. Whether he stays or he goes out on loan, for me, purely depends on what happens with Ben Chilwell. And I'm not confident that he's going anywhere because his wages are really high. Wiley's already gone out on loan. He was 10 million euros. He's gone out on loan to Strasbourg, I believe. And Gu is still here, 6 million euros from Barcelona, free transfer for Tosin. Humphreys, who else? Tino, Beach, Bergstorm, all these guys, just don't even worry about it. They're going out on loan to domestic League One teams or whatever, or they'll just be sold to League One teams or League Two teams. So don't worry about none of that. What else have we got? We've sold Maatsen. We've sold Lewis Hall. We've sold Amari Hutchinson. We've let Ziyech go on a free. Malang Sarr's gone on a free. Thiago Silva's gone on a free. Alfie Gilchrist has gone on loan, one of domestic loans to Sheffield United. Aaron back out on loan, as we just said, and Eddie Beach has gone out on loan to Crawley Town. Eddie Beach, one of the goalkeepers, that's in League One. So we can take 90-minute football. We can take Eddie Beach off of the graphic, if you don't mind. Anybody else? Who else has been putting out those graphics? Take Eddie Beach off the goalkeeper's graphic, guys, okay? He's not here anymore. He's not in the first team squad. Who else is there? These guys try to play too much. To be fair, we did just sign another goalkeeper in Penders, I think his name is, right? The Belgium guy, but he's also going back out on loan to Genk. So add him to the list as well. Lord heavens. He's the next Courtois going back out on loan for Genk. So just looking at international loans, where is it? It's not even really showing on Transfer Market, which is really odd. Maybe they just haven't got the time to address everything that we've done, which is fair enough. So maybe you guys can give me the list. Maybe you guys can give me the list. Let's go through the super chats and the chats as well. First time I felt dopamine this summer. Same. First time I felt dopamine this summer. First time I've probably done a breaking news live to a transfer as well. Because I just know it's actually going to improve us. The only thing that will worry is if he gets injured, and then obviously we're back to square one. But him as a player at left wing, crossing the ball. Can I just forget shooting and finishing and both crossing the ball? It's actually alarming how little elite crossers we have in this team. We don't have many great crossers of the ball. You have Reece James, who's a great, immense crosser. Chilwell's, in my opinion, average at crossing. Cucurella's not good at crossing. Mudryk can't cross. Madueke can't cross. I know he got a cross in pre-season, but on a regularity, he's not crossing the ball enough. He's not a Lise level crossing. Sterling, absolutely horrendous crosser. Let me just emphasize this because I need to say this with chest. For a grown-ass man, for a grown-ass winger, absolutely horrendous crosser. I'm hoping Dewsbury Hall is a good crosser, right? Or a great crosser. We'll find out which one. But my point is, there isn't more than 2-3 crossers in this team. And they're not all necessarily even going to start at the same time. So you may only have one crosser on the pitch at once, at a time. So we need better crossers of the ball. We really need better crossers of the ball. If Samuel... Yeah, you could put Enzo in there as well. You could put Enzo, Reece James. I'm not even going to put KDB in there yet because I haven't seen enough personally, but some people are saying he can cross, so let's maybe just throw him in as a 3. And you might have 2 of them starting max on average over the course of the season, right? Let's be honest. Reece James could get injured. He could be suspended. Enzo might play, depending on it will be Lavia or Caicedo, those three, and KDB the same. He might play, might not. So you might have 1, 2 max of those guys on the pitch at the same time. Not KDB, sorry, KDH. Sorry, KDB. Sorry, KDB. We still miss you. Sorry. We still miss you. I wonder if I've got any sad music to play for that. That was a moment. What a world it could have been if we kept that guy. Wow. Do I have anything for that? Oh, shit, guys. Do I have anything for that? It is what it is, guys. Guys, it is what it is, guys, okay? It is what it is. So, yeah, it's one of those ones. But, yeah, let's see. So, yeah, we needed crosses, is my point. If Samuel has any accuracy in terms of heading, I need to see it. I need to see it in this team, and I need to see the crossing coming in from both flanks. We've already got the right backs. We don't really have anything on the left, and there's massive imbalance over there. I don't know if I have a sad song, but you know, I'll load up all the tracks and put them in here next time. But we had our starting song today for the gas. Mad. Are you? You said you were. I am bored of transfers. Because every single transfer has been someone that I have to imagine what they could become. I have to think about what they're like in 2027, 2028. I have to make sure that I am well and healthy for those days so I can see the end goal. This is something that I can see in the matter of next week. Next week I can see this. Next week. You know, so it's nice to know that next week I can see something and I don't have to wait, you know, because I'm not patient with every single person I have to wait for. I'd like to have a mix. Some people I wait for, some people I want to see today. And this one I'm seeing today. So I'm happy for this one. This is good. Let's see. Let's go through the rest of the super chats right now, and I'm going to go through the chat. But yeah, mad. Good. I'm glad that you're happy. Blown hamstring versus City is going to hit beautifully. So your wishing injury, simply, Chaff, your wishing injury. I'm not going to heart that super chat. I'm not going to heart that at all. That's nasty work from you. Let's see this next one here. Only 14,300 players to buy before we complete football. If you can't win them, buy them. Jesus Christ. You might not be wrong. Neto isn't a left winger. For me, he's both, bro. For me, he's both because I can see he can cross and I can see he's versatile. So for me, he's both. But yeah, listen, if he goes on the right wing and Palmer was going to play in the middle or whatever's the plan with Palmer, then at least we have an option on the right, because it's not like as if Mudryk is ready to give us guarantees week in, week out or anything. So he needs competition anyway. So, and I don't think that should be Angelo. I personally prefer Angelo to go back to Strasbourg on loan, learn his goal-scoring attributes a bit and try and get some goals and try and get some output. He's nice at the link-up. He's good at the 1-2s. He looks tidy. He's good for ball retention, I would say. In a possession-based team, which we're trying to be, he's actually a good player for ball retention. He doesn't really give the ball away. He's not careless with it. But then at the other side of it, you could say he's not going to give enough in terms of goals and he's not going to give enough in terms of, output. So I personally would loan him back to Strasbourg anyway. I said that at the beginning of the window. So if he plays on the right wing, Neto, then fair enough. It's just I don't want to see those two on the left right now. I'm not ready to see them. I'm a Wolves fan. He plays on the right, bro. Good signing, no fair play to you. No, you guys have obviously had to play him on the right because maybe you have a left winger. But what I'm saying is I've seen him drift to the left at Wolves. I've seen him drift to the left and he's still done very well over there. That's what I'm saying. He plays on the right, I know, for you guys, but we might ask him to do something else. Yesterday you're numb, today you're gassed. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is the life we live. This is football. You know, if Chelsea concede in the first 5 minutes, we're all pissed off and angry. And if they get 2 goals, I mean, perfect example of this is Manchester United at home. We were losing 3-2 with 5 minutes to go. We were all saying, you know, probably sack everybody, get everybody out. You know, this is a disgrace. This is disgusting. Shocking performance. And then 5 minutes later, Cole Palmer gets 2 goals and we win 4-3 and everybody's fucking losing their minds and drinking Prosecco and champagne. This is what we do. This is what we do. We don't try to kill off this. We don't try to kill off these mood swings. We love it. It has to be there. This is football. It's emotional sport. It's what we love. We ain't gonna sit here and try and dilute emotions. This is what I want. So when I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna say great stuff. Well done. There's no point complaining, and then when you get what you want, you start complaining again. That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Hypothetically, would you loan Mudryk to Arsenal? No, I would not loan Mudryk to Arsenal. I would not loan Mudryk at all. I would just either you're going to keep. All right, this is my stance on Mudryk. This is make or break season for Mudryk, right? This is make or break. If he performs, then thank God. If he doesn't, then get going. So for that do or die to go ahead, he has to be here first and foremost. If he's not going to be here, then he needs to be sold. There's no need to loan him. He's 23 years old. He's going to be 24. He's a grown-ass man, right? He's a grown-ass man. I don't loan out 23, 24-year-olds, right? And especially when I've got Washington, Cassidy, Datra Fofana. I've got so many youngsters that need attention, need love, need guidance, need homes for the year. Yeah, I need so much student housing. Yeah, it's getting political, but there's student housing crisis right now. Right, we need homes for these students. They've got a lot to learn. They've got a lot of exams to take. They've got one exam at Christmas. They've got one exam in the summer where we analyze, where we look at what they've done, see if they have a chance at making it for next year, 25, 26. There's so much student housing that needs accommodating for these guys. I don't have time to be putting grown-ass, what would you call them? What'd you call them in the chat? Before I misspeak. What'd you call them? Not seniors. Mature students. Student accommodation is for the kids. It's not for the mature students. You are a mature student. You're a mother. You're a father. You're an uncle. You're an auntie. Go home. Go home. Go home. You have rent to pay. You have mortgage to pay. I'm not housing you. I'm not housing you. Go home. The fuck you mean? Just go home. You should have already been. You should have already gone through this system. You should have already been done uni. You're here because either you wanted to change your career path and you decided you wanted to go to Arsenal on Instagram and then you had to go to Chelsea and the Arsenal degree is not working in the real world. So now the Chelsea degree is what you're trying to apply for jobs. You are here because you changed your mind or because you weren't smart enough. You weren't smart enough at age 21, at age 20, at age 19. You weren't smart enough to make that cross, to make that pass, to take that shot, not sky it. You weren't smart enough to make that run. So go home. Okay? Go home. That's my analogy for today. So please don't talk to me about loaning these old ass men. Because we ain't got space for that. We ain't got time for that. It won't run around here. No loans for no one over the age of 22. No loans. Not around here. You're a senior member of the squad. You are looking at a leadership role. Lavia, I saw a report the other day, guys. Lavia's potentially going to be given a leadership role. He's a child. He's a child. How old is Lavia? That brother, they said leadership role. He's a child. He's not even played 10 games for the club. He's 20 years old. And they're talking about leadership role. So you think he's 23? Go on Google. You about to fuck around and find out, brother. These guys said he's 23. They said he's 23. Oh my goodness. Boy, have I got news for you. Boy, have I got news for you. Yeah. Man said 23. He was a teenager last season. He was one of the most impressive youngsters at Southampton, signing from Manchester City when we tried to bring him in after he just signed. He was a teenager. 23. What do you think this is? Back to the Future or something, huh? Leadership role for a 20-year-old. A man that's talking about loaning out Mudryk. Tell that brother to put the armband on. Talking about loans. Get Mudryk the armband. Make him one of the vice captains, man. What we doing here? Make that man one of the vice captains. Talking about loans. That's a senior figure. That's a senior figure. That's a senior figure. Oh, that's a senior figure. Sorry. That's a senior figure, man. Right. So that ain't happening. That ain't happening, okay? That ain't happening. Kill the music. We killed it. All right, so we'll see what happens at left wing. We'll see what happens on both wings. I guess right now you can say senior wingers are Madueke, Sterling, Mudryk, and Neto. That's 4 for 2 positions, which is healthy. You loan out Angelo, which maybe probably takes up the last international spot. But let's talk, because we got a lot of other brothers that need loans as well. Let's see what's going on in the chat. I need to go through the rest of the super chats, and I'm going to go through the chat as well. What's going on? Damn straight. Damn straight. Landing to the UK tomorrow, first time. We'll be at both Inter pre-season match and pre-season opener versus City. Be my tour guide, please. I'm sorry, brother, but I will not be at those games. I won't say where I'm going to be at the City because that's a surprise. I won't say what's going on there. But Inter Milan, I will be doing a watch-along. It's already set up here. And I may even have some special guests tomorrow for the Community Shield here. But I've said too much already. Let's just move on. LJ Brown says, I'm fuming mad, but the good news is you have the best team doctors second to United. You man are going to have more team buses than TFL for team matches. How do you know about our medical team, bro? Expand. Clown Lake turned us into a cash cow. Says 89 Mazza UK. LJ Brown says, you man are still recruiting. Gretas. Fuck's sake, bruv. Oh, goodness me. 63 million for a player who's played 25 games in a season one time. Good, Chelsea. This is the big concern. This is a big... Now, you are rounding up a little bit. Obviously, actually, no, you're doing the add-ons included. Cool. 63 million euros, 51 or 54 million pounds. That is the big concern. But as LJ Brown just said, Chelsea should know the... So let's just lay it all out, right? Chelsea should know the medical problems for Pedro Neto. Chelsea should know the medical issues for Pedro Neto. It should. If we know it and everybody else knows it, then Chelsea should know it, right? So again, you know that he's injury prone. You've decided to take that gamble. You've taken a look at that and you've ticked it and you've said, we're proceeding regardless. So your medical team must be on point. However, this is why I say directors are more than just transfers. They are the higher... If you go and play Football Manager, you'll see that the technical director can be in charge of hiring and firing all staff. Because the technical director is the sporting director, which is what these guys are. Sorry, let me not misspeak. Sporting directors is not just about transfers. Sporting directors is you are in charge of overseeing the day-to-day runnings of the football club. You are in charge of the sporting side of the football club. So, part of sport is keeping athletes fit. It's quite an important part as well. It's quite an important part. It's not something to underestimate. If I've got a bunch of athletes, they need to be fit. It doesn't matter what sport that is. Tennis, rugby, badminton, darts, football, NFL, basketball. The medical team needs to be good. If they're not good, whose fault is that? It's the sporting directors. So again, everything leads back to the sporting directors. You're signing a player that has injury concerns. Your medical team needs to have a plan for said injury concerns. This is not rocket science. So there's no problem. There's no problem. But like I said, for me, from a fan perspective, I love the player. I really, really like the player. So many times I watch Wolves against top teams, whether it's Liverpool over the last few years, whether it's whoever, Manchester City against us, and Pedro Neto always, when he's on that pitch, stands out as Wolves' best player or one of their top 2 players. Always. He's always making the right decisions in the final third, whether it's cutbacks, crosses. He's, like I said, going both ways, left, right. He's just a very good player. Very, very good player. I really like him. So, yeah, it's down to the medics. All right, let's go to the chat. And do you know what I've always said about Neto? I've always said about Neto, I really... Sorry. Hopefully my camera focus is not all over the place. Let me just... I've always said... Let me know if that's better. I've always said about Neto, from a perspective of just looking at him from an outsider perspective, I've always said I really, really wish he could stay fit because he's so good. He's so good. I really think he's very good. I wish he could stay fit. I'm always saying that. Like, anytime he gets injured, I'm like, that's such a shame because he's really cooking. He's really playing well. He's really helping Wolves. So when you look at his statistics, I guess you do have to dilute the fact that he is picking up those injuries. I definitely didn't like Podence better, I'll be honest. Podence aesthetically looks good and he has talent, but Podence, from an output standpoint, can't talk to Neto. Neto's had a lot of injuries, so there's no real point maybe overlooking into his statistics because, of course, he's missed a lot of games. But a fit Neto is a very, very, very good player, in my opinion. So, yeah. Very happy with the player. The injuries is a concern, but like I said, we're not doctors. That's down to the medics. Yeah, I think he's clear. I think he's clear of Podence. I really don't think they don't even sit at the same table. And I think Podence is quite a significant bit older than him, no? But anyway, I think he's not like 20, how old is he, 27, 28? 90K, yeah, we're at 90K, but we are just thanking you so much for the support. And in a way of thanking you, I'm just investing stocks into you and me and this because cameras, yeah? There's another one over there I got to get fixed hopefully this weekend. Like, I'm just trying, as you can see, that it's just different, innit? It's just a different vibe today. It just looks good, innit? I think it looks good. We're just leveling up. And that's my way of saying appreciate the support, keep supporting. More you support, more we level up. Simple. It's just no secret. I'll be honest. The more you support, the more I'm leveling up. I'm not going to stop. There's just going to be more shit coming every single time. Anytime I can upgrade something, I'm upgrading it. I've already got another camera in my distance future that I'm looking at. I'm ready to get next year. I'm not fucking about. Let's see what's being said. Let's see what's being said. I can't wait for tomorrow. I hope tomorrow goes the way I have it planned because it will be a nice surprise for you guys. Don't worry about my knees, man. Don't worry about my knees. I've been dusting. I've been sweeping. I've been hoovering. I've been cleaning. You know them ones. I was gonna freshen up, but I didn't have time. Neto decided to join my club, so we had to come with our grazed up knees and run through here and run a show. What's being said? Let's go, man. What a day, what a day, what a day. What a day, what a dawn. Let me check my phone. Anything else coming out? Any more info coming out? Any more info? All you can eat Chelsea. So, obviously, Eunice is in England. Thing is now, it's been such a while since we've run one. I'm not going to run one until everybody's back ready to go, which will be pretty soon. Because Eunice, I think, is going to be, well, let me see, what day is he going back? I'll have to ask him. However, he is in the UK. So we are trying to do a link up at some point, and he will just be here. That's no problem, is it? He'll just be here. And then obviously, like I said, that will be back as well. So we'll see. Let me assess the situation over the season starts next week. I would love to start it back next week, so I'm probably gonna aim to do that, right? And then if I can get Eunice here in person and I can run that, we'll see what he can do, and yeah, we'll get it. We'll try and get it sorted. But the season starts next week, so yeah. But I'd love to even have him here in person. I think the last time I had a stream with Eunice in person was after we won the Champions League. And we also had that stream with Dami, I think, or Dami was just in the background because we then went on his channel, or he went on his channel with Eunice afterwards. And it was in the first place that we were in this channel. I don't know if you guys remember, it's a long time ago. But if you do remember, yeah, we won the Champions League. We did the watch along. It was me, it was Dami, it was Saj, it was Monstar. We lost our heads. We won the Champions League. We did the live call-in show afterwards. We did the review. Good times, man. We were losing our minds, screaming down the place, shouting. And then obviously the day after, or the days after, we were just on tour. You know, we had Eunice on here. We had Dami and Anita. We had a Big Steve. We had the Oil Boys show with Big Steve, Monstar, and Saj, so we could laugh at the Man City fans. We had London Club's Carnage. You know, All You Can Eat Chelsea again. We were on tour. We were on tour, man. We were living life. We were really happy. We were really good. Living life. Thomas Tuchel. Aiming for a Premier League win the season after. Because why not? Why not? When you've won a Champions League, you should be trying to win the Premier League the year after, regardless of maybe Havertz not being a clinical finisher, Timo Werner not being a clinical finisher. You know, sign Lukaku. We all thought bigger, better, badder, final piece. Let's go and absolutely finish the job off, you know? It didn't quite go that way. But we were top of the league. That's the funny thing that season. We were top of the league for a decent chunk till December, right? And then obviously everything happened and the rest is history. But shame. One day we'll get our hands back on that Premier League title, hopefully, people. Who signed Neto and where have they kidnapped the sporting directors? Bro, good question. Because this has come out of nowhere. So, as I was saying, but it was said 41 minutes ago by Fabrizio, and I did not even read this off Fabrizio. This is just my opinion, because like I said, regardless of him playing right wing for Wolves, I know he can play left wing. I am very quick to tell you when there is a one-dimensional winger out there in the world. Ziyech, one-dimensional as heck. Mudryk, one-dimensional as heck. These guys can't play on both flanks. And there's many other examples. However, I know in my heart and soul, this brother can play both flanks. I know that. And Fabrizio has said it as well. He said Chelsea decided to go big on Neto because he can play left wing and right wing, which means we will not see Chilwell at left wing. Whew. Not that we were going to see it anyway, but thank God. What else has been said? Chelsea is still showing interest in a number 9. They are not done in case Chelsea find a good name up front and a good opportunity. They could go for it. Gu could then go out on loan. I don't know what the percentages are if we get a 9, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it's Osimhen or nothing, but we'll see how that goes. George Mendes was working in a secret way, clearly, because no one knew about this. I wanted to tell you something yesterday on Neto, but all parties wanted to keep things quiet. Beautiful. I love that. I love that for us. I love that for us. He's on his way to London for a medical now as we speak. Spurs were also interested. Sorry. I forgot to mention. Guess whose sunglasses these are? I am going to be having moments in content this season where there are cookies. And I need you to accept the cookies. You know when you go onto a website and they say, do you accept the cookies? I need you to accept the cookies. Whose sunglasses do you think I'm wearing? Huh? Whose sunglasses do you think I pulled up to in this show? It's only tapping Tobes. Yeah? Hold! 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 Hold that! Hold that! We knew Spurs were interested. They've been interested in Pedro Neto for a while because one thing Spurs need is a left winger and a right winger because Kulusevski's been moving mad. Brennan Johnson's been moving mad. Timo Werner is forever moving mad. They don't have any left or right wingers, really. Richarlison's meant to be up front. Son can't play wing anymore. So they were always interested in Pedro Neto. They were always monitoring, circulating, trying to absorb. But we are there. And we've stolen the march. So, yeah, come get your glasses back, kid. It's good days. Good days. All right, let's see what else is being said. All right. If Osimhen comes in and we keep most our team fit, what's yours and Chelsea's realistic prediction where we finish? For me, the absolute most we can do is third place. And the worst we could do with the quality that we have from last season, right? If they can keep fit, I always say. And obviously the managers doubt. The worst we should be doing is Europa League. Like, what is that? 6th or 7th, depending on... I don't know if that even still goes on anymore because they've restructured everything with the points and the group stage tables are now a league table in the Champions League. I don't know what's going on anymore. Europa League is like the worst you can do. And it's still not acceptable in my opinion because you need to be in the Champions League. But we know the manager's new and he's young and his first season. So I feel for him. I have a lot of time for him. But those man upstairs, Champions League is your minimum aim as directors. So I think third, like if we were to go ham in the last stage of the window, what I would max it at is we are comfortably making Champions League next season. That's like the pinnacle for me. Because I don't want to go any further because I can't mentally process anything more than that. But something comfortable where we're not scratching our heads with 2 games to go, comfortably in the Champions League. And the reason why I say third is because maybe you can say Liverpool are not guaranteed to be third, even though I think they'll be third. My prediction is that Liverpool will be third, but they're not guaranteed. If somebody was to get their shit together, they could potentially play back and forth with Liverpool. Arsenal and Man City are in a league of their own, right? Top 2, going for the title. That's my opinion. We're not breaking into that. Even with Osimhen, we're not breaking into that. In my opinion, I don't want to put that level of expectation in my head that we could break into that because it's just too much of a jump. Now, if we did it, hey, beautiful day, lovely day. However, just my mental sanity, I'm capping it off at third. I'm capping it off at Champions League. But right now, I don't care about third. I just want Champions League, which is 4th. And that's it. I just want Champions League and a trophy. That's all I want. Osimhen comes in, I still want Champions League and a trophy. Osimhen doesn't come in, Champions League and a trophy. I don't care who leaves. I don't care who comes in. Champions League and a trophy. That's what I need. That's what I expect. Simple. And if they can do more than that, unbelievable. But just that is what I need. That is what I need. Have I said everything else? Stealth mode, Chelsea FC, blindsided Mandem. It's crazy, but this is how business should be conducted. Thank God for George Mendes. Because maybe if George Mendes wasn't involved, maybe we would be blurting out everything like we usually do. This is how some business needs to be conducted. Keep it under wraps. Keep it under wraps. It's beautiful. Look what you've done. Look how many smiles you've put on so many lovely faces out there. Just keep it under wraps. Because, you know, sometimes when you over announce, or when you over kind of articulate what you're going to do, people are like, well, hurry up then. Do you know what I mean? People are like, well, hurry up then. You know, I've kind of been waiting now for like 3 weeks. Is it going to happen or is it not? It's a saga. It's a saga. It's a drawn out saga. Whereas if you just didn't say anything, if you just shut up, no one would have known in the first place. And then when it happens, everyone's happy. So, you know, if we could do more business like this, brilliant. And that's coming from someone that would actually benefit from things being out there and there's stuff to talk about and we could talk about it on videos. But I'm speaking from a fan perspective. I'm not talking from YouTube. I want it to be silent. I'll just do other videos on other stuff. I'll just think of something else. I prefer it silent. I don't enjoy the whole merry-go-round circus BS. I don't enjoy it. I've always told you guys that I don't enjoy it. I like my business done correctly and swiftly. Yeah, I like it done swiftly and quickly. I don't want no drama. I don't want no drama. I get enough drama in the season. I get enough drama with the matches. I get enough drama with the results. I get enough drama there. I don't need the drama in the window. Unless it's for something worth the drama. Like Eden Hazard, if that's a saga, way back then when we were signing from Lille, I'll entertain it because it's worth it. But I'm not having sagas over Wileys and Vegas and, you know, I'm not having sagas over Washingtons and Cassidays. You know what I mean? I don't need all that. I don't need to hear about this shit. The international loan rule is not for under 21s. Are you sure? Let's see what's being said. Madueke's quality is definitely developing this season. Hopefully, bro. He's got a lot to develop. He does need to also, he needs to continue to track back and work hard. Something that he improved on last season was his tracking back, his following of runners, and his work rate. Because that was a big concern when he came in. Because I remember the goal to this day, the Emerson goal at Olympic Park, where he let his runner go and he scored back post that first season. And I said, boy, have you got a lot to learn. So last season, he improved it. This preseason, he's been very poor at the defensive side. So he needs to pick that back up and start tracking runners because you're not that guy. Humble. You're not that guy. You're not Hazard. We only make those allowances for Hazard. Yeah. You need to track back. Let's see. What else is being said? Just get Tony. He's right there. That won't happen. We won't be getting Tony. Tony's too old. You definitely have to look at 25 years old and below. I've conceded to the notion of signing anyone above the age of 25. I've conceded. It's not going to happen. So now that we know that, I guess we may as well just literally cross out every human being, unless they're a free transfer like Tosin, who is over the age of 25. Just basically cross them out. Osimhen's 25, so he's literally on the edge. He is on the edge. When is his birthday? His birthday's December, so he's good for the transfer market. He's not going to turn 26 tomorrow, and then we're not going for him anymore. I think these guys might have every player that they're interested's birthday logged into a calendar on Google, and as soon as their birthday comes, they take them off the shortlist. 25, you're now 26, off the shortlist. Grizz is salty. Is he? Where is he salty? Is he salty on Twitter? Is he salty on YouTube? Playback? Where is he salty? Who starts, Neto or Madueke? For me, Neto. If Neto's fit, Neto starts. No doubt. Neto's fit, Neto starts. Based upon player quality, not form. I am all about meritocracy. If Neto is stinking up the gaff, Madueke's banging it out, then Madueke starts, Neto's on the bench. But I'm talking about from just like quality standpoint, I would assume that Neto is going to start. And I would start him. I'll check the tweets. People are saying to check the tweets. This has been fun. We're only at an hour already. I feel like I've only been here for 5 minutes. I've just enjoyed myself so much. So I'm gonna check Faisal first because you guys are saying check Faisal. I got a collab with Faisal this year on my channel. I've been on his channel. Some of you may not have seen, but we have collabed. I think I was on a panel with him for SDS one time, but I'm definitely gonna get Faisal on my channel at some point this season. We need that. What's he said? I can't see any tweet. Oh no, this was 16 hours ago, and this was a thread. So I'm not gonna go through that because that's definitely like an honest. I'm not gonna criticize anybody's honest thoughts on our club. Our club is in too much of a it's on like that edge, you know, where I think everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion anyway, as I always tell you, right? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But right now, you could never not understand where people are coming from if they're concerned. And there are still people that are absolutely loving the recruitment strategy, and all the power to them, no problem. I understand actually why the club are doing it. We're going to make a video on that at some point before the season starts, because because people say, why are we doing this? I do want to tell you why. I'm not going to say why. I'm not going to try and cover that up. I know why we're doing it. I just don't like it. Do you know what I mean? I just don't like it. And it's very risky. And I don't think the risk is, I don't like the risk. I don't like the amount of risk in it. It's too much risk for me. I think it's too much gambling going on. We're not in Las Vegas. So let me check Grizz. Can see, oh, this nasty bastard. Salt! And he really does like Neto as well. Grizz, can see Neto being brilliant for those 8 games next season. Nasty tweet. Nasty tweet. Nasty tweet. Nasty. That's foul. Let me give him a ring. Is he even available like that? Nasty. He won't pick up. Do you think he'll pick up? Nasty. Nah, family man, community man is unavailable. Nasty tweet. All right, it is what it is. Kudus is pretty good. Would you ever do in real life football videos with other YouTubers like you did in the Big Six? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I would love to do stuff like that. One thing I've learned, and one thing I'm learning, is there is a science to YouTube, and there is, I guess what I'm saying is I've taken time this summer to really look around at successful. I'm talking about millions of subscribers. You know, this is the dream. Millions of subscribers, and what makes them that great. And it's a lot of strategy. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of strategy. It's a lot of thought has gone in behind everything that you see on that camera. Editing wise, transitions, J-cuts. I'm getting technical, but there's just so much to learn. And that is the goal, to get there. But yeah, it takes time. It takes time to get there, because when I do put out that content, I want it to be sick, you know? So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to, like I said, the sky is the limit here. We're just going to just keep trying to level up, and one day we'll get there to those level of videos. But they're very, they're more than they appear. Put it like that. They're more than they appear. Those people put in a lot of money and a lot of skill and a lot of time, and they're very, very impressive what goes on up there. Those channels with 1 million plus, they do some serious content. Like it's quite incredible. I'm sure you guys all watch Nico. You know, unbelievable. The thought that goes into the videos, the planning, the strategy, the way it's all laid out. But we try. you know, we tried with the house video, I guess, was like an inkling into what I would love to be able to give you on a more regular basis. But that was a rough shoot. It was about 3 hours, a lot of re-records. Sometimes, you know, you have to say the same thing 10 times because you didn't say it right the first 9. So yeah, but that's the beauty of it. It's an art form. I'll be honest. YouTube is an art form if you can get to that point. So yeah, man, we definitely want to do it. No doubt. Let's see. Faisal actually talks sense on Chelsea. Give that thread a read. I'll definitely give it a read. Please bring on CFC Don. He's one of the most sensible Chelsea YouTubers. Well, let me subscribe to him first. I've actually not heard of CFC Don, so I'll have to check it out. Gordon is not Neto, bro. He's more like a Madueke. Oh, because obviously Gordon. Well, I don't know if Gordon's going to be going to Liverpool. I don't really get the notion that Newcastle are going to sell big assets right now, but I don't know. Maybe they will. I feel like Newcastle, if they're going to be, I mean, obviously I know they can't spend what they want to spend because of revenue that comes in and whatnot, but if they're going to be kicking down the door for top 6 consistently, they're going to need to keep Gordons and keep Isaks and keep, Guimaraes and all these guys. So I don't look at Newcastle and say that's a selling club because they've got a lot of money. They might not be able to spend it, but they have a lot of money. So I'm just like, I'm not looking at them as a selling club, but maybe they do have to let go of one every now and then. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Yeah, listen, bro. I'm always listen. I've been on SDS a couple times. I've always enjoyed it. It's always been a lot of fun. I've always had a lot of fun on there, but obviously, you know, we got Big Six. We got so many things, moving pieces. Sometimes times clash, so it's not always easy to do everything. But yeah, man, really enjoy it, and I'm sure definitely will be on there a few times next season for sure. All right, guys, listen, we are gonna come towards a close. I've enjoyed a lot. I've very much enjoyed this. It's been a good dopamine rush for us all. Let's just get that medical. Let's just get that medical done and dusted. Let's not have any drama because that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? If I had to come back here and say, actually, no, it's not happening and it's collapsed. So yeah, let's get that officially done and dusted, and then we can go from there. What else do we need to wrap up on this transfer window? Like I said, from a numerical standpoint, I don't believe we need another striker in terms of numbers. Quality-wise, I can hear it. However, if we've just signed a big, quick, tall, powerful, hopefully good in the air striker in Samuel, and you believe that he's actually going to be the bee's knees, then you kind of need to give him game time, and that's some of those attributes is what Osimhen obviously brings. I'm not saying no to Osimhen. If Osimhen is coming in and Lukaku's going out, then let's get it done. It helps Maresca, it's experience in the team, etc., etc. It's balance. It's just, how are you giving game time to Samuel? I don't actually understand. But that's none of my business. I don't write the checks. So it is what it is. So yeah, guys, right. We'll see what happens. I think it's just a striker. I don't think there's any other positions. Goalkeeper's been addressed. Centre-back has been addressed, and there's too many players there anyway. Left-back, there's no room, and has been addressed somewhat. Midfield is done. Wingers is now done. It's just striker, and that's that, in my opinion, unless we're going to do a madness. But yeah, smash up the likes. Let's get to 1K likes. Only about 45 likes until 1K likes. Get to 1K likes. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Road to 100K. And yeah, looking forward to just more. I'm just looking forward to the Inter Milan game. I don't know if it's possible for him to play in the Inter Milan game, considering it's literally so soon coming up now. So I don't really want to get you hyped for that debut. Might be too soon. Let's see when the medical gets done, and then we go from there if it's actually possible. But just good to have the deal done, and at the very least, I expect him to see on the bench. I expect to see him on the bench for Manchester City. I expect to see him on the bench for Manchester City. And then if we have him on the bench for Manchester City, then we have an extra option that can add to the team, that can give us a chance to win the game. And that's all that matters. So yeah, happy with that. Guys, like I said, smash up the like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Manchester United versus Manchester City watch along for the Community Shield. In a bit, people. Peace.